All right, welcome to today's training. My name is Parker Wild. I'm going to be your host today, and obviously the reason you're here is because you want to learn how to sell unique niche products online and build your own online business. So in today's training, I'm going to show you how I sell private label products to predictably make $5,000 or more a month in just 60 short days. And the great part about this is that you can do this from home without a website, without any social media followers, or a large upfront investment. So, disclaimer, all the results that you're going to see on today's training are from students within our private label accelerator program. We will talk about this more later, but let's continue on with the training. I'm also going to show you today how I went from a broke college student to a successful entrepreneur. And I'm going to show you the 3 secrets that I use in order to build a profitable online business. Secret number 1, I'm going to show you how I find the hottest products on the internet to virtually guarantee profits and basically eliminate any risk of failure. Secret number 2, I'm going to show you how I use a simple formula to make $5,000 or more a month in fully automated passive income with no website, no team, or customer support whatsoever. And secret number 3, I'm going to show you how I use my bulletproof technique to launch products to the top of page 1 for any given keyword. For the very first time ever, complete beginners like yourself can use the same exact business model I'm going to show you today to build your very own $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month passive income business without a website, without technical skills, without any prior experience, without a large upfront cost, and with no social media followers, okay? If you want 2021 to finally be your year, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to make a lot of money because this opportunity is huge. This opportunity was actually worth over $280 billion in 2020 alone, which means that the sky is the limit for you. So please pay attention to today's training. And all I ask in return from you watching this right now is that as soon as you know that private label is the key to making $5,000 a month or more online, you go all in. Because what kills me the most is when people get this information, but they do nothing with it. Do we have a deal? I hope that we do, and if so, let's continue on. First off, I just want to introduce myself a little bit more. This is not to gloat or anything. I just want you to know who I am a little bit. I started my first online business 3 years ago, and now I'm making 5 figures easily every single month. I've won prizes for entrepreneurship and innovation, and I invented the Ziggy Band, which you'll see on the next page. I've helped over 150 plus total beginners just like you and everyday people make $5,000 a month or more online in passive income. Now, I want you to know this. What I am going to show you today is the biggest opportunity I have ever seen. I've never seen anything work for so many people with no tech skills, followers, or experience. This right here is the Ziggy Band. It's, kind of self-explanatory. It's kind of like the pop socket. It goes onto the back of any phone or phone case. It's a lanyard just to make sure that you never drop your phone. I was actually able to launch this and then sell it off to a very, very big company. And now you can find this product in Best Buy, AT&T, Walmart, Target, so on and so forth. So this was, a really cool opportunity for me. And I'm glad that I was able to invent this and be able to sell it as well. So let's go ahead and start with my journey, right? And I could show a million photos to describe it, but obviously I went from a broke college student on the left side to now being able to go play golf midweek, work by the pool, go to fun basketball games, do all these really, really cool, awesome, neat things. So again, not to toot my horn, but a lot of people now look at me and they're like, wow, he's some sort of Elon Musk type genius. This is never going to work for me. And the reality is that this is just not true at all. I never thought about being an entrepreneur growing up. And I guess I still am growing up, right? I'm only 24. But the reality is I was just a normal individual that liked being outdoors and playing sports. I'm not some coding whiz. I just wanted stability and a comfortable, stress-free life, as many of you watching this do as well. I was just going to go to college, get a job, and follow the safe path, but I found myself scraping by and desperate for a way out. I tried the quote unquote safe, proven path first, which was go to school, get good grades, work hard, get a good job, and happily ever after, right? Well, not so much for me. My happily ever after consisted of Fleasworth because I couldn't get a job that I really wanted because the job market was insanely competitive. So I was stuck working for this guy who would lean over me, bare his yellow teeth. I had to smell his garlic breath as he barked orders at me. And most of the time, he didn't even show up to work. He just sat at home while I made him rich. And to be honest, all I wanted was some appreciation because I never heard so much as thank you or good work, Parker, for any of my hard work. And like I showed you this picture before, we weren't really allowed to have our phones at our desk with us, which was another crazy thing. So I didn't have a lot of pictures in the office or showing what I was doing. I was luckily able to sneak this one. And it was miserable, right? I sat in this tiny, tiny cubicle. If I could show you guys my office now, it's beautiful. I love it. It's big. It's comfortable. I've got monitors. I've got a beautiful desk. So just the change in office scenery alone from what I was there to what I was now is absolutely incredible. And it's what you guys can have as well. I hated getting up every day and going to work. I woke up with a pounding, stressful headache and couldn't think straight whatsoever. I would check the clock every 10 minutes when I was at work. And just, by the way, this is the number one sign that you hate your job, right? If you're checking the clock, finally hoping it's time to go home, it's time to get out. Not to mention I was hardly being paid anything. I was just barely scraping by, always worried how I was going to be able to pay my bills. I thought about just walking out, but everyone said I was crazy, that I had to follow this, traditional grind to be able to work my way up the ladder. And they said it's just impossible to get a stable job these days. So walking out just wasn't an option. And this was the cold, hard reality, right? Fast forward a little while, I worked harder, I never got a raise, and people who didn't deserve a raise actually did end up getting promoted ahead of me. And Mr. Fleasworth got rich from my hard work, and I wasn't working for freedom. I was just working to simply get by. And my colleagues in their 30s were overweight and miserable. They have chosen to go down this safe path of the traditional college 9-to-5 grind. But every single time I looked at them, the life had just been drained out of their eyes. And I just felt like a corporate drone, and I started to feel depressed, and my health, my relationship suffered, and I just ultimately felt like my life was torture. I saw this meme online one day, and it was totally accurate. It said, my boss arrived at work in a brand new Lamborghini. I said, wow, that's an amazing car. He replied, if you work hard, put all your hours in, and strive for excellence, I'll get another one next year. Right? You can either build your own dream, or you'll end up building somebody else's. And my big reward was 40 years of guys like Fleasworth, corporate slavery, and drowning in debt. And this is what I get for being a good boy and doing what parents and society has always told me to do. This safe path was ultimately just a massive risk. And no matter how I rolled the dice, I automatically lost. If I played the game, which would be 90,000 hours of suffering, unable to support my girlfriend, who is now my wife, pinching pennies so I could retire on $40K a year. Or if I didn't play the game, I could quit my job, get buried in debt, and can't support myself, let alone my girlfriend, or now who is my wife. I felt like I couldn't breathe, as though I'd been buried alive in a small box 30 feet under, constantly on the verge of a panic attack, gasping for air. I would always ask myself, when will I get to breathe? How am I going to have a family with so much instability and uncertainty? When will I actually be able to enjoy life? When will I have disposable income? When can I stop worrying about money? And when will there actually be a payoff for all of my hard work? Am I going to be safe next week, next month, next year? Because the reality is I was totally replaceable. Someone else could walk right in and do my job just as well as I could. How on earth will I be able to retire? I want this stress to melt off my shoulders and have a job that makes me burst with excitement. I want the world to feel warm and bright again, full of opportunity. I wanted something else, but I didn't know what that is. Give me 2 seconds. I need to have some water. All right, let's continue. I'm sure if you're watching this, there's a chance that you're feeling the same way. And I want to let you know that there is, do not worry, because it's a new year and you can change your life. I want to show an image that completely transformed my way of thinking. I saw this online one day, and like I said, it changed everything. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. This right here changed my life forever, and I want you to kind of think about this as we continue the presentation. So I took that comment by Warren Buffett, and I thought about it, and I said, well, what if I were to start a small side business, right? Because the machine is just going to make me suffer a lot for the next 40 years, right? And the machine is go to college, get a 9-to-5 job, and just grind for your entire life. And the chances that I can get nothing and, I just don't live the life that I deserve. Or I could start a small side business. And yeah, it might be challenging working for myself, but if it does work out and I do try it, I might actually be able to get what I want. So again, option one was to, like Warren Buffett says, work until I die, which is to go through the machine, guaranteed failure, guaranteed 60 years old, full of regret and missed out of living the life that I wanted. Or option two is I could start a side business and, go on this climb that, yeah, it might be difficult, but at the very peak, I'm going to be able to have total freedom. Robert Kiyosaki, if you don't know who he is, go read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Fantastic book. He said that 90% of millionaires are now created online. Okay? So I started to think about what's the difference between a good and a bad online business. A bad business is one that you need to set up a physical store, hire a team. Perhaps it requires years of experience like a doctor or a lawyer. It requires coding and websites, and it's just way too complicated, way too time consuming, and it's expensive. Or a very good business would be one that is held online where it doesn't require a physical store nor a team. It allows you to get in on hot and new trends where you can get in early. And it can all be done for free with no coding or website building. People often think that businesses are so expensive to start because they see companies like Pizza Hut, which has a franchise fee of $25,000 for a 20-year agreement, and the total initial investments range between $300K to $2 million. Which, yeah, that's crazy expensive. But again, this is what people have always told us how businesses are started, and it costs a crap ton of money to do it this way. But with online businesses, you don't need any of that stuff, right? You don't have to invest money into a physical store or a location, which can cost tens of thousands of dollars. You can often run it yourself because you don't need a team to look after the store. And once your work gets off the ground, it's not how much money you have to spend, it's how much you can really start to make. And why? Because there's no physical store. We don't need to risk a lot of money. And by copying hot trends online, we can make a ton of money with zero experience and no followers whatsoever. So I started to put these, puzzle pieces together, and I started to say I could have freedom at a young age. I didn't have to wait 40 years to retire on a small pension and barely scrape by. I could be successful now and later in life. So before I jump into how I figured this out, I need to drink a little bit of water because I'm exhausted. Okay, let's jump back in. I figured out that the way out of this rat race was pot plants. And I know that you're probably like, what the heck is Parker talking about? I discovered something super weird when I was shopping on Amazon. I saw that these pot plants were being sold by an iHeart Shopping LLC. So I clicked on it. And what I found was that somebody was selling this from their personal home address. Someone ordinary like me was probably just sitting on their couch selling these weird pot plants. So I Googled it and I researched a little bit more because I was like, how are people selling these weird products on Amazon? And I found that over 140,000 regular people were making 100K or more a year doing this. Okay, I found this. I saw it. I read it online and it completely changed my way of thinking. I was absolutely fascinated and I had to find out how this was even possible. It turns out this is actually insanely simple. That this person had literally just copied a super hot product that was already selling online. There were hundreds of different pot plants already being sold online. They were using an online product supplier who had already made the floating plant for like $5, and then they would sell it on Amazon for $70. Literally all they were doing was just messaging a supplier online, ask them to put their own logo on the box and the product, and then send it off to an Amazon warehouse. And it turns out Amazon lets anybody use their warehouse, website, shipping, support, everything. So this person was just able to do this from home with no experience and basically, little work involved. And at the end of the day, they would just sit back and profit on people like me buying this ridiculous pot plant. I was actually at a point where I was about to be mad that, I figured out that this was just a $5 product, but I was paying $70 for it. But then I started to realize that huge brands like Walmart were doing the exact same thing, right? Have you ever seen products like these in Costco, Walmart, or Target? The big secret is that Walmart knows which products are selling like crazy in their stores. So literally all they do is just copy them, and they actually find a factory that is making the product for like 10 cents. They then go and slap the great value logo on it, and they resell it for $3. So this is when I had my big breakthrough. I figured out huge retailers like Walmart, Costco, and Target have been doing this for years. They see the hottest products in their stores, they copy them, and they put their logo on it and make a ton of money. And now technology lets everyday people like you and me do the exact same thing on Amazon. And this is the very first time it's ever been possible. And there are suppliers already making the hottest products online. And all we have to do is just shoot them a message and ask if they can put our logo on the product too. It turns out that this entire process is called private label. And I knew this was the way out of the rat race. So I started to work my face off to crack this. I gave up my weekends for months analyzing products online that were selling really, really well and seeing what made them tick. I was digging through complicated reports and data every single night when I got home from work, and I sacrificed time with friends and family to crack this. Whenever someone said, "Do you want to come out this weekend?" I had to say no because I wanted out of the rat race. I even contacted some of the most successful Amazon sellers and paid them $100 an hour to speak with me and tell me their secrets. At the end of all of this, I boiled it down to a step-by-step checklist. And then I launched my very first product. It's an anti-snoring chin strap. Random, completely weird, but I put this to the test. I used my checklist, and I wanted to see if this would work on this anti-snoring chin strap. It turns out that this product then made me my first 7 days $5,664 in sales. This is a screenshot right here. And then I did it again with another product. I used my checklist to sell these pool hoops, which then were generating me $848 a day. I launched these drawer dividers. Surely it wouldn't work again, right? Boom, over $16,000 in a single week. It was like I had a win button. My checklist let me say that I quit. I was finally making more money than Fleesworth, my boss. I was making more money in a day than I did in a month at my job. So I finally had the courage to type up my resignation, slam it on his desk in front of his smug face, and just walk out. A couple of months later, not only was I just able to quit my job, but finally I was truly and abundantly wealthy. I was happy. I was financially free. And I still, to this day, use the exact same system over and over again. Why? Because it works insanely predictably. Now, I often make over $90K a month in revenue, all by this simple checklist system. And fast forward to today, my life has been completely turned upside down in the very best way possible. I finally have that financial security I've been looking for. I have more time to actually enjoy life and do the things that I want. And now I get to be my own boss, work whenever, and travel and go on adventures and finally just live my dream life. And most importantly, I was able to marry my beautiful girlfriend. We just bought a home together. It's beautiful. We have an awesome little dog that's probably running around. Who knows what he's up to right now. And it's all thanks to my checklist system. So I had to figure out if this were actually legit. I knew it was working for me, but I wanted to see if it were working for other people. So I started to share it with a variety of different people. And the results were unbelievable. I had people all around the globe making launching countless products, making tens of thousands of dollars. So I knew it wasn't just me. This checklist system was 100% legit, and it worked for ordinary people just like you and me. So there was no guesswork involved. This checklist changed my life, and if you let it, it will change yours too. I want you to sit here for a second. I want you to think about what your life will be like 3 months from now, once you're making and once you have a 5-figure per month business. What will your life be like 2 years from now when you've cleared over $1 million worth of sales? Or even 5 years from now, owning your own beautiful, luxurious car or apartment or even home, right? Because this is what's at stake with this checklist system. Your dreams can finally become a reality. I want you to think about the possibilities, giving back to your church or community, building a new church for your community, or setting up a kitchen and shelter for the homeless to make sure they don't go hungry or cold, or making money while watching Netflix and playing Fortnite, or if you're anything like me, Warzone. You sit back on the couch watching your favorite show, playing video games, eating cookies and cream Ben & Jerry's while your phone goes ka-ching with sales. Buying your dream car or house. You get out of bed in your new house, feel the fresh, clean white carpet beneath your feet, walk onto the cool marble kitchen floor, smell bacon and eggs in the air, and see New York City out the window. And lastly, my favorite one of them all, marching into your boss's office and quitting. Imagine the look on your boss's face when you storm into his office and quit because you're making more money than him. Now, I'm not telling everyone here that you have to go quit your job or that you should go quit your job. It's a great opportunity to have some more money rolling in and, just have some good use of your time as well. So, I know you guys are wondering, how the heck does Parker do this all, right? Well, I'm going to tell you, but before, let me have some more water really quick. All right. Now, I need you to pay close attention because I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how to build an online empire. Now, remember, this is a high-level overview, as the meat of all of this is saved for our private label Accelerator students who have paid to be a part of a one-on-one mentorship program. So let me go ahead and show you right now how I find the hottest private label products on the internet to virtually guarantee profits and basically eliminate any risk of failure. And the way that I do this is by using the Viral Launch product research software, which makes this extremely easy. So this is Viral Launch. This is the product research software that all of my students use in order to actually be able to find products to sell. So I'm going to go ahead and log in, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I go about in a high-level manner finding products to be able to sell. So there's a product discovery tab that we come to in order to be able to, enter in some basic criteria. So let's say in this example that I am doing live right now, haven't prepared necessarily any certain product, just doing this right now. Let's say that I want to sell a product in the, we'll go sports and outdoors section, and I want the price to be selling online for $50 to $100, and I want that product to be making anywhere between $8,000 to $20,000 per month with an average review count of 15 to 200. So that means that on the very first page, the average amount of reviews are between 15 to 200 reviews. There are other things in here that I do go over, of course, in the Private Label Accelerator program, which is what I showed you guys at the very beginning of this training. I'm not going to go into that now. But essentially what we just did is we hit the Show Keywords button. And so the very first thing that I'm trying to do is just look for something that's niche, something that's going to catch my eye, something that you would think is mostly sold online rather than you're able to just go to your local Target or Walmart to be able to sell. So like for me, the very first thing that pops up is this like ski storage thing. So what I can do is come in here and look at this ski storage thing, and I say, wow, okay, a lot of these have low reviews. That's super solid. But the really cool thing about Viral Launch is it has this Chrome extension that we can click. And essentially what this thing is going to do is it's going to analyze every single one of these products. It's going to tell us the brand of the product. It's going to tell us the monthly sales of the product, the monthly revenue, how many units they sell per month, the average reviews, whether, a lot of different information. I don't want to overcomplicate things right now. So let's go ahead, and as you can see right here in front of you, I wish I could make this larger, but it's all right. You can see that the monthly revenues are 30,000, 29,000, 21,000, 14,000, 13,000, 9,000, 8,000, and then it starts to drop off a little bit. So that means that if you are in the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I would go 8, top 8 on the very first pay for ski storage, you have a chance of potentially making around $10,000 or more every single month from selling these simple ski storage, this simple ski storage product. So you guys, that is kind of how it goes with using a viral launch. Like I said, this was very quick, high level. I did not get into kind of the meat of it. I just wanted to show you exactly how viral launch works so that you understand how we actually find products. Because I don't just sit here and think of random products that I hope will sell on Amazon. I make decisions based on data. So that's how I'm able to take out, like you see on the screen, any risk of failure whatsoever, because I'm going by data. I'm understanding exactly how much these products are selling for, how much they're making every single month, and that is why Viral Launch is such an important software. Now, secret number 2, how I use a simple formula to make $5,000 a month in 100% passive income online without a website, tech skills, or any prior experience. The key to private label is 4 simple words: buy low, sell high. So if you remember that anti-snoring chin strap, at its peak price, I was actually selling it for $20. But I was buying these products on Alibaba.com for about 75 cents. Okay, so I was buying it for 75 cents and then reselling it on Amazon for $20. So before we continue any further, I actually want to show you what it looks like to be able to go onto Alibaba and find these products. So let's take this ski storage product, for example, right now. We'll go to Alibaba.com, and I'm just going to type in ski storage rack, and we will see what pops up. So we can scroll down. So like this one, for example, it's selling for $2.88. Anywhere up to $7.88. And I will tell you, through the Private Label Accelerator program, we are able to help our students get the very lowest prices possible. So again, let's just go ahead and take this one, for example, right now. We'll come back in here and let's find that on here. So like this one right here, I'm pretty sure these are the exact same thing. Yeah, they are. So you could see this one, people like you and me are buying this product right here for $2.88 and then reselling it on Amazon for $50. Okay, so you guys are getting this now, right? The key is to buy low, right? We buy low on Alibaba, and then we sell high, and then, of course, step 3 is then sit back and profit off of all of your sales that you're being able to generate, because this product is in such high demand, which we figured that out through Viral Launch, which was secret number 1. Right? I told you, my very first 7 days, I made $5,664. And this is not unusual. Students all over the world are doing this as well. It is literally that easy. Find a product, buy low, sell high. Anybody can do this. And the great part about this business model is that Amazon handles all the hard work. Literally, you just sit back and make passive income while Amazon lets you use their website. And this is why it requires no tech skills. You don't have to build a website. Amazon lets you store your product at their warehouses. Amazon packs the product for you. They'll deliver your product to your customers. And your job is to just spend the money that you make. And you get paid every single 2 weeks. I want to show a quick video Q&A that I did with one of our amazing students, Elizabeth. So let's go ahead and take a second right now to listen to what Elizabeth has to say.
I just have 2 more questions. My second one was, what was the feeling like when you had your first $1,000 day?
Oh my goodness. It was a little unbelievable. Like, I had to keep checking to make sure, like reloading the page, make sure it wasn't like a glitch or something. It's a little unbelievable to think, like $1,000 in one day. You know, the whole process, there are times when it's frustrating and you feel like, oh, I just want to quit, because it can be overwhelming. But that feeling of when you make that first time you make over $1,000, oh, it makes it all worth it. I was ecstatic, a little unbelievable, but definitely ecstatic.
So as you can see, Elizabeth is just one of several amazing students who are able to generate over $1,000 a day selling on Amazon. And you guys, this is not out of the ordinary, right? We have a lot of students doing this. And Elizabeth comes from, a background with perhaps, I guess the better way to put it is no background. She isn't a college graduate. In her interview later on that you'll see at the very, very end of this presentation, she says that she doesn't have a business degree, she doesn't have like a full-time job, and that if she can do it, anybody can do it. And that is the reality. And I would say that for myself as well. If I can do this, anybody watching this right now can do it. Any ordinary, average Joe individual, it does not matter your background, it does not matter your tech experience or your lack of tech experience. It doesn't matter. As long as you kind of have this desire to do it and the hustle, you can make this work through the private label accelerator program. So again, that's Elizabeth. She's doing over $1,000 a day. What would that do for your life if you started making $1,000 a day selling a variety of different products on Amazon, right? That is what it's at. That is what is at stake right now. It's absolutely amazing what the checklist system can do. Lizzie was just another student who followed the checklist system and was able to make a ton of money selling online. So let's jump to secret number 3, how I use my bulletproof technique to launch products to the top of page 1. Now you guys, if you want to be a successful Amazon seller, you have to get your product to the very top of page 1. One of the great things about this program that I'm going to be showing you a little bit later, you're going to hear a lot more about this, is that we have an amazing community where we are able to get help when we are first launching our product. You see, when you first launch your product is going to be on like page 5 or 6 and nobody's going to see it, right? It's like when you go and you type something in on Google, like do you ever go to the 4th or 5th page to open a window or to open a link? No, absolutely not. You probably don't even go past the 5th or 6th link. And it's the same thing with Amazon FBA. When you go buy products on Amazon, do you ever really go past like the 10 or 15th product? No, you trust that the ones that are on the very top are the best products because that's what Amazon would show you. They're going to show you the very best products possible. So in our community that we have that takes place over Facebook, it's a private Facebook group. Students like Carly, you can see right here, just launched very recently, and she's trying to get that exposure quickly because what happens is Amazon's algorithm is going to notice how many sales she is getting on a consistent basis for a specific keyword. So one of her products you can see right here in this picture is car handbag holder. Really niche, really unique. Again, the viral launch product software showed her that this product would be profitable, and it is. So what will happen is a lot of our students and some family and friends will go type in the main keyword, car handbag holder, and they will purchase her product on, say, page 4, page 5, wherever she's at. And what it does is it tells Amazon's algorithm, hey, listen, this product is generating a lot of sales for this keyword. We need to move it up to page 1. And so over a couple days worth of time, your product actually jumps to the very, very top of page 1, and then you actually start to, sell a lot of units from ordinary people all over the United States. So this is just one of the ways that we're able to do this through the family friend giveaway using the Facebook group. We also have a unique advertising tactic where we use an exact match PPC so that your product lists at the very, very top under sponsored. And again, if some of these words don't make sense, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. It will make sense later on. But whenever you go and shop on Amazon, do you ever notice that there are products at the top that underneath the product, they say sponsored? Well, people are actually paying to have their product placed there. And when people buy the product off of a sponsored ad or an ad, what happens is it also tells Amazon's algorithm, hey, this product is converting under this keyword. Let's move them up. And so this is the 2 methods that we use. Again, we go into grave amount more detail later on, especially inside of the PLA course, no doubt. But this is how we're able to get our product to the very, very top of a very high searched keyword. And the higher the search keyword, the higher you are on that page, the more sales you're going to generate. So again, you guys, this is absolutely critical. We are able to launch your product to page one, no doubt. Let's take a second to listen to what Berkeley has to say and how he's now making over $50,000 a month. His business is an unstoppable passive income machine.
Let me ask you this. What was that feeling like the first time you crossed, let's say, $40,000 in revenue in 1 month? What was that feeling like to you, to your family? What did that bring to you?
It was blown away. It was surreal to me, and I never imagined that I'd be able to make that much money in 1 month doing this. And so my expectation of what I could make is definitely way past what I thought would be possible.
Right. And while I, think of my last question that I want to give to you, would you mind pulling up your phone really quick and just showing us, today is June 22nd. Would you go ahead and just refresh your phone and show us exactly how your sales are doing this month? I know COVID's been crazy and it's kind of thrown a curveball in things, and you've had to ship some products out on your own for the time being, but go ahead and just show us really quick so everyone can see how you're doing as a college student. That's $2,000 today, and that was sorry, go ahead.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it, and that was actually $40,000 this month, and the month is not over, so there's a lot to do. Perfect. Yep, we can see it. That's awesome.
Again, you guys, another amazing student who is doing extraordinary results, all by following the checklist system. So let's kind of wrap up this process. All you have to do is copy a hot product, and you find that using Viral Launch. You then buy that product for a low price and you resell it for a tremendously higher price. And then you launch that product to page one. Once you do those things, you can easily predict and obtain explosive passive income. So my question for you is, do you want to work until you die? Right? Remember this quote by Warren Buffett: if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. How long will you keep praying that the machine will get better without it changing? Right? Because I know that this is a guaranteed 60 years old, full of regret and missing out on the life that you've always wanted to live. How many circles are you willing to give up? This is a picture of a 90-year human life in months, right? How many are you willing to give up before you finally go for it and you start your own online business? Option one is you can stay where you are in life and do nothing with the information that I've given you. Obviously, I've given you a high-level overview, and towards the end of this presentation, I'm going to answer some more questions. So you can also just cross the minefield, blindfolded, right? You can try and do this on your own and guess every single step of the way with no idea of which products to actually sell. You can try and do this without a mentor to lean on and help get results. You can try to, go about this without a proven system that's worked hundreds of times. You can try and spend 12 months and lose tens of thousands trying to figure out your own system. And you can roll your own dice with your future and end up working for guys like Fleesworth. Or you can get my proven map, which will help you know exactly which products are winners and are virtually guaranteed to sell. I will be your mentor and give you the answers and fast track your success by a factor of 10. You'll be able to use a proven system that's worked for hundreds of students countless of times. You'll realize that I have already figured out for you and save you thousands of dollars and get you directly to where you want to be. And you'll get a system that is so consistent that we can virtually predict profits to the dollar and to the day. And this is all made possible through the Private Label Accelerator program. So, what is the Private Label Accelerator program? It's the Harvard of online business education. One of our students said, just complimenting you on the course, it is more valuable than any business class I took in college, and I am working on my master's right now. This is a complete blueprint with everything you need to start a $5,000 a month Amazon private label brand in under 60 days. It consists of instructions, templates, checklists, everything. Who is this for? If you're a total beginner who knows nothing about online businesses and you just want to start by making a bit of extra money on the side, I'm going to be giving you a simple 60-day blueprint to do that with no website, no technical skills, and no business experience. This is for anybody. Perhaps you've been waiting on the sidelines and you've thought about starting an online business for a while, but you've waited to pull the trigger. You've been waiting for the right opportunity, and today you have found it. Because as you can see, there's no other course out there with such incredible and consistent results. Perhaps you are someone who has tried online businesses before, or you've taken other courses online, but you still haven't seen that success. Most courses out there truly don't have the level of support or click-by-click detail needed to succeed, which is why we've made this so step-by-step, so it's impossible for you to get lost. And maybe you're a veteran. Maybe you have had an online business before, and you've had some success, but you're ready to take that to the next level. We have countless people inside this program consistently doing over 1K a day in sales, and they're all total beginners who made this happen in less than 90 days. So if they can do it, then you can surely do it too. Now, I need to go over who this is not for, because if you are not serious about making 5K a month, willing to follow my advice, be open-minded and listen, and I would add in here, actually hustle and make this a priority, this truly might not be for you, okay? So let's go over what you're gonna get. Okay, the only people listening right now should be those who are all in. If you are not all in, if you have any, get out. Like, it's just not worth your time. It's not worth my time. So if you are watching the rest of this, that means that you have both feet in and you are ready to go. So what you're going to get, you're going to be getting the private label video course. It is a literal click-by-click video training showing you how to apply my copy and paste system. Everything in here is pre-recorded. You can log in whenever you want, watch the videos on 1.25x, 1.5x speed, and go through it at your own pace. This program is divided into different modules. The very first module is the private label mindset. Is 2021 your year to become a new person? Because this is the absolute #1 key. In this module, I'm going to give you the power to make money on command. And you'll see how entrepreneurs think and act differently to make money. And you will see the matrix the way I do and be able to take advantage of this massively growing opportunity for 10 plus years to come. And you'll also be able to see case studies showing how complete beginners made 10 to 80K a month on Amazon. Christian Tobler, one of our newer students, said that he's never seen any other online business education with mindset training, and even posted in the group and said Parker's mindset module is the most important one that we have available to us. At the end of this training, you'll be able to see his live one-on-one where he actually discusses this and says that this really is the most important part of the course. Module number 2 is the private label empire, where it's a complete intro to the business model so that total beginners can get results as fast as possible. And it goes over the foundations you need to get started building your dream life and making thousands in passive income online. And we also have a bonus where you're able to watch over my shoulder as I launch a new Amazon product from scratch. And if I do find a product to sell, I show you that the ways that I contact a supplier, I get them to send it to Amazon, and I start bringing in that passive income. So you'll get to watch me do it and copy my process to make 5K plus a month. In module number 3, we go over the private label product, which is you'll be able to see and get the exact formula I use click by click to launch a 20K per month or more product to sell over and over again. In the 4th video, you'll see which types of products to sell and which products not to sell. In the 8th video, you'll see how we find products with consistent revenue that we can predict to the dollar and to the day. You'll easily be able to figure out how to patent check your product to make sure you're allowed to sell it, and we want to make sure that everything you're doing is 100% legal. And the most important part of this is that we will guarantee you a winner, because you're going to be able to get your product checked and verified by me personally over a one-on-one call to make sure that it's a solid product. In module number 4, we go over private label suppliers. So now it's time to start messaging suppliers, and you'll be able to use our special message template to get your suppliers bidding against each other to give you the lowest price. Because at the end of the day, lowest prices means maximum profits. And once your product is live, you'll be able to start collecting big paychecks from Amazon. Now, you have a few choices of suppliers, so we're going to be able to actually show you which suppliers to choose. And you're going to be able to get the method we use to calculate your profits in advance before you even launch your product. And this is how we're able to take out so much risk. Again, we're giving you a step-by-step blueprint for every step of the process. You just literally copy me click by click. In module number 5, we go over private label shipping, which is where you discover step-by-step how to get your supplier to ship your products to an Amazon warehouse. Because now that your product is at an Amazon warehouse, you're going to start being able to pull in sales and you'll be on your way to 5K plus a month. And in video number 6, we'll even show you exactly how to price your product to generate maximum profits. And you'll be able to get access to our preferred shipping partner who is able to get your product shipped faster to an Amazon warehouse. And again, we step this out in ridiculous detail. I literally gave this to my 13-year-old brother who is able to follow it to a T. So if you can do it, anybody can do it. And in module number 6, we go over the private label listing, which is where you're going to be able to watch me list my product on Amazon and see it start making 20K or more a month in sales. And in video number 7, you're going to discover our green slip method that makes customers buy from you instead of your competitors, making you way more money. Again, there's no guesswork here. You simply watch the video, pause, click, watch, pause, click. There's no faster way to get a listing up and making 20K a month. Again, you can get your listing checked by me to make sure you've done everything right and your product will sell. In module number 7, we go over the private label launch, and I'm going to be able to show you our mysterious ranking strategy to make you 5, 10, 30K a month or more on Amazon. And in video number 5, you'll discover the 3Fs method that lets you make 100% passive income, proven to work every single time. And once your product has been launched, you'll be able to sit back and collect predictable passive income from Amazon each and every single month. All you have to do is just link up your bank account to your Amazon Seller Central and the money comes straight in. Now you get to play golf, hang out with your partner. Your life is truly yours again. And in the last module, the private label scaling, you'll be able to now, put the gasoline on the fire that you have going. You'll be able to use Amazon sponsored product ads to scale your products to 2K or more a day. And this is totally optional. You don't have to do it, but it is the key to start making like 50K a month or more. And once again, it's all blueprinted out for you. There's no need to guess. All you do is just watch my screen and follow along and do the same thing. And this has all been absolutely perfected through thousands of hours of hard work, multiple versions of courses, and feedback from successful students. I truly have poured my blood, sweat, and tears into this. It is my life's work, and you won't find anything else like it. I want to show you this video by Noah Muta, one of our incredible students who is doing extraordinary results. Let's take a second to hear what he has to say right now.
Hey guys, my name is Noah Muta. I am now a successful Amazon seller thanks to my man Parker. If you have any desire to get involved in Amazon FBA, I highly suggest reaching out to Parker and getting involved in that master class of his. That masterclass has changed the game, helped me tremendously throughout my Amazon experience, and has actually got me so high in rank. It's got me on page 1. It's got me on Amazon's choice of product. And on top of that, I keep having to raise my price on a daily basis because sales are going through the roof. So I just wanted to say how much Parker has helped me. And if you have any desire to get involved in Amazon, reach out to my man right now. And don't be hesitant about it. I was at first, and I regret wasting so much time not getting involved. Take my word for it. Parker's the man and will not let you down. Reach out to him ASAP. You guys take care. Have yourself a great day. Bye.
You guys, this is not abnormal to see, students have such success, just like Noah, who is young, is a young individual just, starting out their career. So now that you've got the blueprint, right, how about we give you a shortcut to get results faster? You're going to be a part of the private label community, which I'm going to be giving you exclusive access to our online Facebook group so that you can be part of a movement of people like you who are changing their lives through Amazon private label. This is so critical towards success, and because people often think success is like this very straight line, but in reality, it's kind of this squiggly one, and you go all over the place in order to finally find success. But with community, you're actually able to get there 10 times faster because you're going to have coaches, students, all of our secrets, and not to mention the community and the mentoring. So it's going to make your life a lot easier getting to where you want to be. I provide same-day answers to any questions that you post within the program, and as well as other students. They also get involved and they post questions and get answers from each other as well. You're going to start making friends with people who are making $5,000 a month online all the way up to $70K a month. And this is going to be your new family, here to inspire, support you, and guide you to success. We didn't used to offer this private mastermind group, but when we did end up creating it and implementing it, the results were ridiculous. Students started making money faster than ever before. They started to look at successful people around them and instantly get lifted up. But that's not all. We want to make sure that results are guaranteed as possible. So we asked ourselves, how could we make it virtually impossible for you to fail? And we came up with an idea: weekly Q&A calls. I hold live weekly Q&A calls to make sure that you get results. They're held over Zoom, and they're able to give you direct access to me, who is a mentor of yours making tens of thousands of dollars a month selling on Amazon. And your questions are answered every single Wednesday. I do not leave the call until every single question is answered. And all of these Q&A calls are uploaded to the Private Label Accelerator program, so that in case you weren't able to make it, you can go back and watch them. Now, some people on previous webinars asked us a question: do I need to buy expensive software? Not anymore. We've put together something special that's going to save you a lot of money: the Private Label Software Kit. It is our plug-and-play software kit that is 100% free for 12 months when you sign up today. This includes ViperDash, a revolutionary new software that we developed that lets you bring in 2 to 3x more sales; Profit Beast, that lets you check that your product has high profit margins before you even start. These are both extremely simple to use, and we have a step-by-step checklist showing you how to use them. Plus, the product research software that you saw at the beginning, Viral Launch, is 100% free to try. And then, yes, there is a monthly due that you do have to pay. It's about $50 a month, or you can pay for the entire year up front. However, I'm going to let you know that through our program, we do get you 40% off. So we have taken care of all of the software that we possibly could on our end for you. And this is an image of what it looks like inside of ViperDash and inside of Profit Beast. So how can we make this even easier? How about a copy and paste template and checklist that literally just allows you to just fill in the blanks? So we are giving you our template pack. It consists of 6 fill-in-the-blank templates and checklists. These templates you will get include a $5,000 a month perfect product dashboard, a copy and paste supplier message template, a private label weekly accelerator planner, a private label accelerator goal setting worksheet, a step-by-step personal transformation worksheet, an exclusive My Complete step-by-step checklist. I now use over and over to launch 5K a month products. And again, this is what it looks like inside of the program, including my complete step-by-step checklist that I mentioned earlier. So wherever we were able to do the work for you, we have done it. And all you have to do is simply fill in the blanks and follow the course step by step, and you can immediately start making $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month with your new private label business, and it will be effortless for you guys. Let's take a second to hear what Romney Hansen, another one of our students, has to say about his journey in the PLA program.
So everyone, like I said, Romney just started selling this last week, and Romney has already exceeded $500 in one single day of sales. And so I want to ask Romney, what was that feeling like when you refreshed your phone screen on the app and saw that you had crossed $500? And it's actually a pretty big barrier for some people. It goes like 500,000, 2,000. So what was that like for you?
Well, I was super stoked. I was actually up skiing, just enjoying myself on a Saturday, and I checked my phone, checked the sales, and saw how many there were, and I was stoked because my thinking was, wow, I'm getting paid to be skiing right now. That was something that was super awesome, and I was really excited about.
Again, another student doing extraordinary results, having amazing success. Now, we have a special deal for you today, but let's look at how much you would usually pay for all of this value. Right, let me show you what you're going to get today. The private label click-by-click course, $5,000. The weekly Q&A calls with our team, $3,000. Access to the private label mastermind, $2,000. The private label income automation software, $1,000. Complete fill-in-the-blank template pack, $564, which is a total verified value of $11,552. Obviously, we're not going to charge you that much today, but let's do the math on $11,552. This product right here makes $16,640 per week. Would it be worth $11,552 to have just one winning product? Of course it would. If you started a physical business, it could run you $300K in costs compared to an $11,552 course. Remember, this $11,552 hypothetical course vs over $80,000 in, let's say, college tuition, right? And let's put it like this: the average American makes around $50,000 a year, which is going to still put you in debt. You've seen students inside the private label accelerator program like Hong making over $70,000 a month. If college gets you $50K a year salary and costs you $80K in crippling debt, and the private label accelerator has made people over $70,000 a month, then surely the private label accelerator is worth at least $11,552, right? Our sign up process, we're not, we could and we really should charge $11,552 because colleges charge much more with no refunds and shackling people in debt, but we do not do that. We usually get interested students and enroll them on the phone for a one-time payment of $5K or 4 payments totaling $6K. But let's just make this easy. If you subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow our private label accelerator page on Instagram, and then message me over on Instagram, we can skip paying sales reps, extra costs, and save a ton of time and effort. And in return, we'll give you a massive, massive discount for life. So instead of paying $5,000 or 4 payments of $1,500, we'll let you get started for just one small payment of $1,997 or 5 payments of $597. Let's take a second to listen to what Connor Copeland has to say about his Amazon FBA journey.
So you've been incredibly, successful rather quickly with Amazon FBA. In fact, just the other day, you did over $1,200 in sales. And I wanted to ask you, what was that feeling like, before you went to bed, that last refresh on your app, on your phone to see your sales? What was that feeling like when you saw $1,200 in one day?
Honestly, amazing. I mean, I did this not knowing I'd be making over $1,000 a day or selling over $1,000 a day. But I mean, I put in a lot of time into it, and it's not that difficult, as Parker's course explains. Honestly, I mean, it's only the start. Like $1,000, like I'm already climbing up to my competitors and I'm competing with them, and obviously 1,000 now has been passed, and I've got higher goals at this point.
Again, you guys, I could sit here and show you tons and tons and tons of results. I'm not going to bore you, but I could, and this is just not abnormal. We have students all over the place doing incredible numbers. You saw that Berkeley is making $48K a month, and his advice was, buy Parker Wild's course. It will save you time and money. Here's Grant Hansen, another student.
My name is Grant Hansen. I just wanted to take a few moments and talk about my experience with the private label accelerator program and how it helped me build a successful Amazon FBA business. I feel like the program is designed in a way that it's personable and helps you feel like you have mentorship that will help you be successful, and a community that will lead you along the way as well. Those tools just include the Facebook group, mentorship from Parker, Q&A calls weekly, and the course in general just gives you all the tools to be successful and build a successful FBA business in the present and in the future as well.
Again, the list goes on and on. Students all over the globe are making, creating amazing businesses all through this private label accelerator program. So I don't know what you're waiting for, but you should certainly get started today for just one small payment of $2,000 or 5 payments of $600. And we also give you our ridiculous 1-year guarantee. Your investment today is 100% safe and risk-free because you're completely protected by our 1-year money-back guarantee. And to qualify, you just have to launch a product on Amazon using the PLA system. And if you follow the course and launch a product at any time in the next year and you're not getting results, we will refund you your money. Does that sound fair? Ask yourself, where are you ever going to get a guarantee like that? And the reason we give such a ridiculous guarantee is because we know that the course works. We've proven it again and again. And all you have to do is to qualify is launch a product using the course. And if you're not making sales, just send our team an email and we will give you a quick, painless refund of every single cent you've paid for the course. But that's not all. We're going to make this an absolute no-brainer for you if you sign up by completely eliminating any risk for you whatsoever. If you sign up today, you follow the steps in the course to launch a product the next 12 months, and you're not making any sales in the first month, we'll not only give you a refund, but also send $1,000 cash straight to your bank account. Why am I doing this? Because I know if you use the course, find a product, and launch it, you're going to make money. I want to take away any risk for you to sign up. So the only way to lose is by not joining the Private Label Accelerator program, right? If you join the Private Label Accelerator program, you'll have a shot at $5,000 a month or more, and your risk is fully covered, no losing. Or you could pass this opportunity up and miss out forever and lose a $4,000 discount. And life stays the exact same and you're stuck in the system. It's a guaranteed loss. Again, you can get started today for $2,000 or 5 payments of $597. This decision is about you, not me. No matter what you do today, nothing will change for me. I have already achieved financial freedom and an online income. The decision today is about you. Nothing will change for me, but everything can change for you. You're just one product away, you guys. If all this did was let you make just a small income each month, so you work 1 to 2 days less per week, would it be worth it? Or if it perhaps just let you tell your family that you've actually built a profitable business for yourself, would that be worth it? Or what if it lets you pay off your car, catch up on a few mortgage payments or late debts? Would that be worth it? All you have to do is get signed up today, $2,000 or 5 payments of $597. Remember, there's zero risk involved here. Let's look at let's just take a second and look at what you do lose if you resist making a risk-free investment in yourself, right? You're going to lose that massive discount. You're going to miss out on bonuses. You're going to have to pay for learning costs. And the worst part about it is that you're losing out on the potential to make $5,000 a month like many others in this course. And for what? The real question is this. Is it worth gambling just a few minutes of your time to check this out when even if it just does half of what I claimed during today's training, it will literally pay for itself the very first week your product is live? Remember, here's what you're getting. The PLA click-by-click course, $5,000 value. The weekly Q&A calls with our team, $3,000 value. Access to the private label mastermind, $2,000 value. The private label income automation software, $1,000 value. The complete fill-in-the-blank template pack, $564, all for a total verified value of $11,552. And again, we're cutting this down dramatically for you. It's only $2,000 or 5 payments of $597. I want you to envision the person you want to be. Who do you want to be in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? And now look at that person in the eye, and what would they tell you? Would they tell you to bet on yourself and give it a shot? You can do this. You can be successful. You just need a proven path. Or are they going to say, there's no point in trying. Give up your future now and just forget the dream of freedom and choice? Are they going to tell you this is a risk-free opportunity to change your life? Take it. This is what you've been waiting for. Or are they going to say it's risk-free, but just settle. Keep your life the way it is. You don't need to make a change. Are they going to say to you, you're so close, all you need to do is say yes and take the first step right now? Or would they say, it's never going to happen for you, sit on your hands and do nothing because you don't have any hope? Your 3 options is to, either not take this opportunity today and keep doing the same thing you've always done, try to go at it alone without a proven system that's worked for hundreds of students, or obviously the smart option is let me do the heavy lifting for you, put my proven system to work, follow exactly what I tell you to do step by step, and virtually guarantee $5,000 a month Amazon private label brand. Ask yourself, which of these options will be easiest for you? Obviously, option number 3. Again, here is what you are getting, and it all has a total verified value of over $11,000, but you're only getting it for $2,000 or 5 payments of $597. Now, let's ask yourself, will this work for me if I've failed at online businesses before? Absolutely. This is a totally new way to make money online. What about if you're just not good at selling or marketing? It doesn't matter. These products sell by themselves. You just have to follow the system. What if you're a total beginner? Everyone you saw today started as total beginners. They had no prior knowledge or experience. What if you're old, young, foreign, shy, bad grades, looking to retire, or you already are retired? Literally anybody can do this. It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, or where you're at in life. All that matters is if you want it. How much money do you actually need to get started? This is a very common question. Let's say that you find a product that costs $2 each. You order 500 units for $1,000. You sell them on Amazon for $20 each. That makes you $10,000 in sales, and then you continuously add products as you go. How long until you see results? Look, this is not going to make you a millionaire overnight. However, we have seen countless students start making $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month or more within 2 to 4 months after starting the program. We're talking about working 3 to 4 hours a week, making double the average college graduate in just 3 to 4 short months. And let's think about this logically. If college takes you 4 years and people are making about $50K a year on average, how long until you see these results? After less than 3 months, we have people in the PLA program making over $400 a day and over $100K a year. Which is the better choice? Obviously Amazon FBA, obviously the private label accelerator program. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, will this get saturated? No, Amazon is growing every single year tremendously. How can you be sure that this is going to work? Listen, my own wife uses this course, and I have a team of people who use the course to find products for me, and I launch those products with my own money. I would literally lose money if the methods in this course are not extremely effective. Where else are you going to find such massive and consistent results? A world-class community of smart sellers, a literal fill-in-the-blank checklist and templates, direct access to a 7-figure mentor, plug-and-play software tools, a 1-year money-back guarantee. Your decision is totally up to you. But ask yourself, where are you going to find another opportunity like this? Remember, you're getting all of these things for a total verified value of over $11K all today for just a one-time payment of either $2K or 5 payments of $597. All you have to do is go below this video and click on the link, or type this in www.privatelabel-accelerator.com/webinar sale. That is the easiest way to get started, or you can DM me over Instagram and I'll happily get you started there as well. Let's look at this logically one more time. Do you have a way to guarantee a profitable product? Yes. Do you have a checklist simple method to find those products? Yes. Do you have a checklist to choose the right supplier? Yes. Do you have a click-by-click instructions to list your products on Amazon? Yes. Does this take so little time that you can do it on the side with 30 minutes a day? Yes. Is this faster than college, jobs, etc.? Yes. Will you have a team of experts holding your hand the whole way? Yes. Do you get access to a $1 million business owner as your mentor? Yes. Is your risk on this covered with a refund guaranteed? Yes. Listen, let's think about this logically. Your $2,000 can start your private label brand with a proven system and then produce $5,000 a month or more. Or you can continuously spend your money on coffee, Uber Eats, takeout, and make no money whatsoever. Obviously, the better decision is to invest in yourself, invest in a course, invest in a proven system that will make you money. Again, you guys, I know I've showed you this 100 times. This is what you're getting, all for the price of $2,000 or 5 payments of $597. Now, I'm just going to answer some really quick common questions. Is it okay if I do this in my spare time on the side if I work full-time? Absolutely. 100%. Nobody should go and quit their job until this business makes more money than their current job. Even then, you can keep your current job if you want. I typically recommend people to, spend 15 to 30 minutes a day on this. How can I get my refund if I launch a product and it doesn't work? Simply contact our support team. We'll give you a refund, no problem. Am I too young or old for this? There is no age restriction whatsoever. It does not matter what age you are. You can start today. Does ethnicity matter when opening an Amazon account? Absolutely not. We have people from all different races and backgrounds starting their own business through the Private Label Accelerator program. Is there a limited number of products? What if I can't find a good one to sell? There are over like 600 million products on Amazon. There are so many products that you can sell. That's not even a worry whatsoever. Will I have a real person I can talk to inside the program in case I get lost? Of course, you have the entire community and me at your disposal for help. Again, you guys, you're getting all of this for a total verified value of over $11,000, which you can get today for just $2,000 or 5 payments of $597. How hard is it to find a winning product? With our checklist system, it is very, very simple. It typically takes new students, an average of 1 to 3 days to find 5 to 10 winning products. So it's definitely legal to copy other people's products. Yes, as long as they are not patented, it's 100% legal to copy other people's products. How do I get the product from the Alibaba supplier to Amazon's warehouse? Does the supplier do it? Yes, the supplier can ship your product directly to an Amazon warehouse, or you can use our personal freight forwarder who will do it for you. How much work is involved in starting this business? To be honest, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but through the Private Label Accelerator program, it makes life very, very easy. You literally watch over my shoulder in this video compilation of exactly how I do this. Does Amazon charge you a fee for every product you sell? How much is it? Yes, it varies on the product and the category that you sell in. Ranges from about 5 to 10% per product, per unit sold. Now, again, you guys, I don't know what you're waiting for to get started today. If you have any money in the bank just sitting there not working for you, you're wasting time. This is a $2,000 investment or a 5 times payment of $597. Why does this cost $2,000? Why not make it for free? You guys, I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of hours creating this. I've spent my own money to develop this. And to be honest, I'm putting my time and efforts aside to help you. And the reality is if I gave you this for $100, you wouldn't do anything with it. And I've tried this. Trust me, I've given it to people for free. I've charged them $500. And unless you're really, really involved and you put money into it, it's not a priority. I enjoyed this training, but why shouldn't I just do this on my own without the course? Because you'll fail, for heaven's sakes. It's very, very hard to do this without a proven step-by-step system. Do I need an Amazon Seller Central, and how do I set that up? We take care of that all inside of the course. You don't need to worry about that whatsoever. I've tried other online businesses before and they didn't work. How is this different? A, because you have my proven system that will show you exactly what to do. And B, this is, people come to shop to you on Amazon. You don't have to go out and find your customers. Customers are coming to you. Again, you guys, this is what you're getting, all for $2,000 or 5 payments of $597. One last time, it's completely risk-free. And we're really giving you absolutely everything you need to succeed. I'm honestly a bit afraid of trying this out. My upbringing taught me that business is risky. What should I do? Listen, if you want to get out of the rat race, you have to take smart, educated risks. And this is the best one you're possibly going to find. It's right in front of you. This seems amazing, but maybe I should wait and do this later. Heavens no. That is the worst excuse of them all. Get started today so that you can change your future now. The reality is that the fire in you should be hot right now. You should want to do this. The reason you watched this today is because you wanted to make a change. And if you don't end up joining today, you're just going to go back to your same lifestyle that you were before. How much can I make doing this? How much money can I make doing this? You guys, we have students making 5 to 6 figures every single month doing this. The sky is the limit. I'm a very big believer in you get out what you put in. I hope that you enjoyed today's presentation. I know it was long. I wanted to give you as much information as possible. You guys, Amazon FBA has changed my life. It's going to change yours. Do not hesitate in starting. Remember, the link to starting this program is below this video, or you can DM me at Private Label Accelerator on Instagram. I'd be more than happy to answer any more questions. I'm thrilled to have new students. It's the most rewarding part. Again, the $2,000 to me is not life-changing, but it will be for you. You will change your life through this program. I apologize if any of this sounded too salesy. I'm very, very, very passionate about this, and I want everyone to be educated and start on this journey because I know how big of a difference it can change. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment below. Ask me any questions. I'm more than happy to answer them. I will see you inside of the Private Label Accelerator program. Welcome, Christian, to the call. Super excited to have you. For those of you watching, Christian is an extremely successful student. He's only been selling for about a month now, and he is doing some incredible numbers. So I wanted to get him on here today for all of you watching this to ask some very simple questions that you might have right now, but also Christian just has some great advice. And so I'm going to just open this up and ask Christian a few questions, a little bit about his journey so that everyone watching can understand where he was, where he is now, and kind of where he's going. So Christian, let me start by asking you, why did you want to start an Amazon FBA business?
That's a good question. I looked at it for a while, and I think the thing that was most attractive for me was not being tied to a job or a certain place, having the freedom of mobility. My wife is from Denmark, and we'd always had a dream to live over there at some point. But I found it hard, just like language barriers and things, to get a job that I wanted there. But I thought, what if I could make passive income and have the possibility to move there? And now I'm starting to be able to see that possibility become a reality. So that's huge for us.
Awesome. Yes, that ability to have financial freedom to kind of live life on your own terms, do what you want. And the amazing part about it is that Amazon FBA allows you to do that from anywhere in the world, and any time of the day. You're not bound by anything. You kind of do what you want when you want, and it's an incredible opportunity that we have through this business model. So like I said earlier, you've been wildly successful pretty darn quick, quicker than most people. In your first few weeks, you had already started to generate over $2,000 a day. So let me ask you, what was that feeling like that very first time you reached that milestone of $2,000?
Surprise. I mean, a bit of surprise, honestly, because you obviously want it to go that way, but you're nervous about how long it'll take. And I sort of prepped myself for it to take a long time to get to that level of success, but I was pretty happy and surprised with how fast things went. And I think it was kind of a testament to doing like your due diligence right as you've laid it out in the program and in the modules. You sort of learn how to make yourself successful from day one. And so for me, that was huge. Like having the blueprint and like putting in that work early as I listened to the models really helped it to take off as soon as I had the product.
Absolutely. And so you kind of already spoke about it just a little bit right there, but what role did the private label accelerator program and mentorship play in you becoming successful? Because so many people come through this program and they do achieve success, but how were you able to achieve this incredible amount of success so quickly?
Yeah, it was huge because I had the desire to do it, and you can want to do it a lot and all day long if you want, but that doesn't mean you're going to be successful. What helped me was, to be successful, I feel like you have to know what to focus on. Like there's power in focus. And when you're looking at YouTube and searching stuff for FBA, like there's so many things, it's hard to know what to focus on. But during the modules and the mentorship from you, it's just like, hey, this is a big deal, or hey, this is not a big deal. Don't stress about that. So it sort of allows you to allocate the right amount of time to the things that are important. So for me, that was everything, because it let me, like, it took my desire to be successful and it put it in the right places. So
yeah, awesome. It really just comes down to that execution, right? Because people can want it, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to execute. And so there's a very, very big difference between those two types of people. Let me ask you this. What was your number one fear about starting an Amazon FBA business, and how did you overcome that fear?
Yeah, well, I think I'd be surprised if this wasn't everyone's biggest fear. It's just like putting in money to something and having no idea, like not being able to really see with having experience of like what's going to happen after you put that money in. So my biggest fear was being stuck with inventory and just like having this product that I didn't know how to get rid of and no one was buying it. And another big fear was like your competition. When you go on Amazon, there's so many sellers out there. But when I started learning the module, it teaches you how like you have to find products that aren't already so saturated. And there's a lot of them. Like as you look through some of the tools that you give us, there's a lot of products out there that no one's taken yet. So
awesome. Yeah, great answer. So let me ask you a follow-up question. You in 3 or 4 days, no, actually, I think it's 2 or 3 days, Amazon is going to pay you $7,000 straight to your bank account. What is that feeling like? And obviously, in the months to come, that number is going to grow exponentially and much, much quicker. So considering your very first paycheck from Amazon is going to be $7,000, what does that mean to you, to your wife, to kind of your future? Like, can you help put that into words?
it's changed sort of the trajectory that I feel like I was on and we were on as a family, just because like that's given me a new outlet for, pursuing things that I want to do. And it also sort of raised the ceiling of what I thought was possible. Like when I started, that kind of paycheck from Amazon would have been like, and it is big, but that would have been huge. But like now, after going through it, I see the potential for even more. So it just makes me excited. It makes me want to put it back in and keep using the modules. And that's kind of the benefit of investing in yourself through this program, is like it just keeps paying off because you're going to keep putting that money back in and learning more. And the modules don't ever really age because it's just like tried and true Amazon knowledge.
So how surprised were you when you saw how fast your products were being sold?
Oh, I was pretty blown away. I actually thought it was a glitch or something on the app.
It is. It's pretty crazy. And that's one of the things that I try and tell people. I'm like, I understand that the fear is, listen, I'm going to have to put some money into this. Will it work out? But I'm always telling them, there are so many people shopping on Amazon every single day coming directly for you. You don't need to be worried about, am I going to be able to sell? Because as long as you follow, what's taught in the Private Label Accelerator mentorship program, you will be able to come out successful and you will be able to generate those sales. So Christian, my last question for you is, again, a lot of people watching this, a lot of people want that success, right? The average American probably makes around $50,000 a year. You are already on track to do much, much more than that within your very first month of selling with only one product. Obviously, you and I both know you're looking into other products. You're looking to scale this. This is going to become a six-figure business for you very, very quickly. So looking back for all of those people that have hesitations about starting an Amazon FBA business, what advice would you give to these people?
Yeah, this is the advice that I have I wish someone would have told me. And it's this, it's like, you might feel like you might have people in your life telling you like, oh, that's risky to put money into that. That's risky. I feel like that's the vibe that I got when I was starting. But then one time the thought kind of hit me. It's like, what's really risky is just like doing a 9 to 5, where your only income is from your job. Like that's risky. What if you get hurt? What if you lose your job? That seems like it's the risk. So for me, all I have to say is like, put your trust in Parker's experience. That's what I did. And that's kind of hard to do, to put your trust in someone else, but he's going to help you figure out the tools that you need. He's going to give you, like I say, he's going to tell you where to focus your time and energy. And if you put in the work and like you do it kind of the letter of the law as the program outlines, you're not going to fail.
Absolutely. And so, sorry, another question for you. Last question, I promise. But you just mentioned in that last kind of, that last little segment that some people were telling you that this was a risky thing to do. Have you been able to tell your family, your friends, your coworkers, like, hey guys, look at my phone. I just made $7,000 in 2 weeks. Like, and if so, what have their responses been? Like, how are you feeling about that? Like, shed some light on that for all the kind of naysayers out there.
Yeah, I mean, prove them wrong. And if that person is yourself, like, do it. Prove yourself wrong that you can do something like this. I think that's actually, I mean, for me, I know there's always people in your life that like are, maybe that's too risky or something. But for me, it was always myself that was the hardest to convince. Like, I feel like once you convince yourself that you're going to do this, that's the key. But it's definitely nice to tell some of the people who, told you it was risky that it's paying off.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Christian. Everyone, again, Christian, he is a potential six-figure seller here very, very soon. Like I said, he just started, but he's seeing some massive results. He's got more products on the way. And so thank you, Christian, for your time. Really appreciate it. And everyone follow Christian Soup.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Can you hear me?
can. Can you hear me?
I can. Fantastic. Thank you so much for agreeing to jump on this
No problem.
short call. I'm recording this right now because
Okay.
I'm gonna share it with people.
Okay.
And I don't want to take too much of your time, but I just want to say thank you for hopping on.
Yeah, no
Everyone,
problem.
this is Elizabeth.
Hi.
She was one of my very first students. And she's done some absolutely incredible work, and seriously super proud of her. And so I wanted to take a few minutes to interview her and ask her some questions. I've got them on my phone right here. So is that cool if we just go ahead and jump right in?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, perfect. So the very first question that I have for you, Elizabeth, is many of the people on this training right now are, they're hesitant to start an Amazon business. They've never done anything like this before. They've never ran an online business or any business whatsoever. When you were first starting, what hesitations did you have about starting an FBA business or any online business whatsoever?
Actually, kind of the things you said, having no experience. I didn't go to school for business or anything like that. I didn't have any experience in running a business. So that whole idea of being in charge of all these things was definitely a little scary. What I'd heard about Amazon FBA, some of it sounded a little too good to be true. So I was a little hesitant in putting in the time and effort and money to do it. But I would definitely say now it was worth it, definitely. So no need for a degree. If I can do it, anybody can do it, and that's the truth. It's definitely Parker does a great job of explaining the process, and once you get into it, of course, the Facebook group is there to help anytime. But I would say just get it and do it. You won't regret it, definitely. So.
No, I totally agree. I remember when I started like 3 years ago, and I was introduced to it, and I was like, "This sounds way too good to be true." Right? It's just like, is this actually possible that you can do this without like having to start like or create a website or like, invent a product or any of these things? So I'm totally there with you, and I'm sure like a lot of people that are listening are like, is this actually legit? But it is, right? It's totally legit.
Right.
So I don't know if you actually did any other research on other business models or online business models. But if you did, what made you want to start an Amazon FBA business over doing other things?
Okay. I hadn't done any research into anything else, like the Shopify and all the different things out there. I'd never even heard of Shopify until I started the course or did a little research into Amazon FBA. I guess probably the kind of the hands off a little bit. I know with Shopify, you're kind of running a website, if I understand it correctly. With Amazon, I knew it was kind of getting it to a warehouse. I didn't have to worry about shipping. I didn't have to worry about all that kind of stuff. It was a hands off kind of thing. And that was definitely a big plus, in my opinion, starting out. So.
Yeah, one of the big things that I'm trying to get across to everyone is that Amazon does like all of the hard work for you, right? Like you literally like at this point in your FBA career, you kind of just sit back and it's an automated business, right? Like the sales just come in and you let Amazon fulfill everything, ship everything out, handle customer returns, which is like incredible, right? That's the whole point of an automated business, not to have to do anything.
Right.
Totally. Cool. So my next question was, what was the number one thing from the Unfair Advantage program or just working with me one-on-one that really propelled your business forward?
PPC, hands down, no hesitation there.
So a lot of people don't know what PPC is. So if you could describe it in 1 or 2 sentences and help them understand from your view.
So when you're running your Amazon business, Amazon has kind of an in-house advertising. You can set bids to spend money how you want. And understanding the importance of that, it took me quite a while to learn. And I'd say I'm definitely still learning. But seeing the difference in what it has done as far as experiencing it, seeing how it works, learning it, hands down, that was definitely what boosted the business, definitely. So
totally. And I would agree that is one of I don't want to toot my own horn, but definitely one of my specialties is being able to look at PPC reports, analyze them, and help people really scale their business that way, because the more words that you can actually get ranked for through PPC, right, the more organic sales you'll start getting later on, right?
Yes.
Cool. I just have two more questions. My second one was, what was the feeling like when you had your first $1,000 day?
Oh my goodness. It was a little unbelievable. Like I had to keep checking to make sure, like reloading the page, make sure it wasn't like a glitch or something. It's a little unbelievable to think like $1,000 in one day. You know, the whole process, there are times when it's frustrating and you feel like, oh, I just want to quit because it can be overwhelming. But that feeling of when you make that first time you make over $1,000, oh, it makes it all worth it. I was ecstatic, a little unbelievable, but definitely ecstatic. So
Totally. No, I remember when I first started out too. And I think it was like, I even had my first $600 day. I was like, holy freaking crap.
Yes.
Like, am I seriously making this much doing nothing? And then, you know, like as you roll your money back in and start new products and keep moving forward, like it just scales and scales and scales. And that's like the right way to do it, is just, you know, don't take profits out early. Keep building your business so that months from now or a year from now or whatever it is, you're approaching seven figures or high six figures, and you're really starting to rake in the dough.
Yeah.
Cool. My last question for you is, what advice would you give everyone here on the training today who are looking to start an FBA business but are on the fence about beginning?
I would say find a motivation. Whenever we first started looking into this, my husband and I'm a stay-at-home mom. He was working full-time, and he was actually the one that discovered this, but because I was at home, I was able to do the videos and go through it. And for us, the motivation was to be able to get out of debt, help have a kind of a side business to put money down on debt, and then eventually for my husband to not have to work at all. He'll be able to work at home. And we are getting there. We're not quite there fully yet, but we are very close. And so I would say find something to motivate you, whatever that may be. Maybe it's being able to quit your 9 to 5, or just to have a side hustle to make extra money, to do whatever, and then stick with it. There'll be times where, like I said, it'll be overwhelming and you'll think, oh, I just want to give up. But I promise you, if you think 6 months, a year from now down the road, it'll totally be worth it when you've reached your goals or whatever. So that would be my advice. So.
Well, thank you again, Elizabeth. You are a star. You're doing so great. Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Thank you. I look forward to talking soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Parker.
Okay, Elizabeth. Take care. Berkeley, thank you so much for agreeing to be on today's training. I'm super excited to be able to ask you some questions. We have 155 people on today's training right now, so I really hope that you're able to give them some incredible advice and just share a little bit of your journey with them. And I've prepared a few questions to ask you, so is it okay if we just go ahead and jump right in?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Parker.
Awesome. Cool. So I've got my questions on my phone right here so I don't forget. But the first question that I want to ask you, and you guys, Berkeley is an incredible 6-figure Amazon seller, and he's doing amazing stuff right now. And in just a minute, I'm going to actually have him show you his live sales. I'm going to have him refresh his phone and show you his sales. But the very first question, and I've known Berkeley for a while now, and I've been able to work really closely with him, and his growth has been phenomenal. But it actually took Berkeley a little while to really get into Amazon FBA. And so the first question I wanted to ask him was, what hesitations did you have before actually starting an Amazon FBA business?
Yeah, so I would say that I had like one major hesitation, and I think that's kind of a common thing for most people that want to do Amazon FBA or even start a business in general. And that's just fear of failure and fear of losing money, of course. And, I'm just a college student. I'm a junior in college, and I barely have enough savings to start a business like this. There's not that much upfront cost, but, with like $2 or $3 grand in savings, tuition costs sky high, I had to really make sure that the product that I did was the correct one. And I'm also one of those people that likes to study things for a long period of time. I like to analyze and to look at the numbers and to really think about something for a long period of time. Kind of like what Parker was saying is, I researched Amazon FBA for well over 6 months before I even launched a product. So I would say fear and analysis paralysis.
Awesome. Yeah, totally. No, I agree with you. I remember when I first started, it was like I first thought like, dang, this sounds way too good to be true. And then I was like, on top of that, I'm pretty much broke and have like no money. And I remember just like quitting out on that college semester and just being like, you know what, I'm going to fully dedicate myself to Amazon FBA and build an incredible business. So there was a lot of fear, but like, I totally agree with you. You kind of have to have that mindset, just like, I'm going to overcome this and I'm going to create an incredible business. So thanks for sharing that. My second question I wanted to ask you was, what was like the main reason? What was like your purpose in wanting to start an Amazon FBA business?
Well, again, I mean, this is pretty common for everyone else. The number one reason, believe it or not, why I wanted to start an Amazon FBA business is to make more money. And it was to make more money, then also to get more fulfillment out of the job that I was doing, being more entrepreneurial and being able to use my creativity and having more freedom. And so the biggest reason is money. I just wanted to get out of the rat race. When you're a student, you barely have any money. Tuition prices are outrageous these days. And, making $16, $18, $20 an hour, if you have a good job in college, that just doesn't make ends meet. And so I wanted to get out of that rat race of not living paycheck to paycheck and actually having financial freedom. So also at my job, even though I didn't have a college degree, I was working with college graduates and people, controllers and accountants who, were making well over 6 figures, and I was doing the same type of work and only making, like $18 an hour. So I wanted to actually get paid, for what value I actually brought to the marketplace. So,
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. No, and I couldn't agree more, right? Like, your value shouldn't be compared to like an hourly wage, right? Like, you are worth so much more than what people are willing to pay you for an hour. So I couldn't agree more. My third question is, what changes has your Amazon FBA business made in your life, whether that be financial or relationships or stress, emotions? Like, what joy or bliss has your Amazon FBA business brought you?
Well, I think that a major stressor for most people is money, and just having the ability to not think about your finances as much on a day-to-day basis. You're still thinking about it, but having an Amazon FBA or an e-commerce business just allows you to have so much more flexibility in your life. You can go on a trip. You're not answering to a boss. You have the freedom and creativity to do a more fulfilling job than what you're used to at a 9-to-5 corporate job. And also, the brand that I'm doing, it's a fishing product. And fishing happens to be one of my favorite hobbies. And so as part of my job, I actually get to go and fishing like on a weekly basis.
That's awesome.
Get pictures and, just have fun with my family. And it's been a blast.
That's cool. And I think one of the things that I actually haven't mentioned in this training that I should have already is that this is a fun business, right? Like, a lot of people think that like starting a business is like super stressful and like there's no fun, but like actually starting an Amazon FBA business can be extraordinarily fun and fulfilling.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's fun to be an entrepreneur. It's very fulfilling.
Totally. Well, let me ask you this. What was that feeling like the first time you crossed, let's say, $40,000 in revenue in 1 month? What was that feeling like to you, to your family? What did that bring to you?
I was blown away. I mean, I was used to like maybe selling, the product that I sell is kind of like a higher dollar cost. And so I don't sell that many units. And one day, I had sold 65 units. Next thing you know, at the end of the month, $40, $50, $60,000. It was blown away. It was surreal to me. And I never imagined that I'd be able to make that much money in 1 month doing this. And so my expectation of what I can make has definitely way past what I thought would be possible.
Right. And while I think of my last question that I want to give to you, would you mind pulling up your phone really quick and just showing us? Today is June 22nd. Would you go ahead and just refresh your phone and show us exactly how your sales are doing this month? I know COVID's been crazy and it's kind of thrown a curveball in things, and you've had to ship some products out on your own for the time being. But go ahead and just show us really quick so everyone can see how you're doing as a college student. That's $2,000 today. And that was sorry, go ahead.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. And that was actually $40,000 this month. And the month is not over, so there's a lot to do. Perfect. Yep, we can see it. That's awesome. So, Berkeley, my last question that I have for you today. We have a ton of people on today's training, like I said, and a lot of these people they're hesitant, they're nervous, they've worked really hard for the money that they have in their savings account right now. What advice would you give these people that are on the fence thinking about starting an Amazon FBA business?
So my advice to these people that are on this call, I've already prefaced that I'm one of those people that really likes to study things out. I took a lot of other courses from other people, other YouTubers or, FBA influencers. And, I read a lot of books. I did a lot of online research and spent a ton of time, as well as taking Parker's course. The number one advice that I would give somebody that's just starting and wants to know where to start is to purchase Parker Wild's course. I have absolutely no affiliation to Parker other than a friendship and a loyalty to him. He's definitely changed my life forever. And I want to just to return the favor. Parker, I would say that there are so many different people online that are selling these types of courses, and they're going to share a lot of similar content. And don't quote me on this, but I think there's say 300 million products on Amazon or something like that.
Over 600 million.
Yeah, if you don't find out how to do it on Parker's course, I'm sure there's a website and I'm sure there's some other place to do that. But it's going to come through trial and error. And trial and error means losing money. And I launched my first product. It did all right. I would say I made a couple of mistakes on the research phase of it. But I think if you were just starting and you wanted to have a very good blueprint on how to be successful on Amazon, Parker's course would definitely be the best place to start. It may seem like a steep upfront cost. You might be very hesitant to do it. But in the long run, instead of doing trial and error and researching this and doing that and kind of filling in the holes, Parker's going to allow you to have all the content that you need and also to put you in the entrepreneurial spirit that you need to be in, to be able to research other topics. I don't think Parker's going to be able to teach you everything you need to know because there's so much to know, but he's definitely going to give you a tried and true formula for how to be successful on Amazon.
Thank you for that, Berkeley. And I really appreciate the honesty, right? And I'll be the first to say, there are other people out there, you're totally right. There are other people out there selling, courses and masterminds and so on and so forth. But I love the loyalty and the friendship that I'm able to build with my students. And I honestly think that you can't really put a price on that. And again, I appreciate you, and I look forward to what your business has coming. I have no doubt that you're going to be hitting 7 figures soon, and that you're going to build this incredible online brand. So thank you for your time today, man. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to speaking soon.
Yeah, thanks, Parker. Thanks, everyone.
Take care.
All righty.
Okay.
All righty. Welcome, Romney. Super happy to have you here. Everyone watching, this is Romney Hansen. He's one of our newest students, and he just actually launched his very first product here this last week. In fact, Romney, do you have your product with you right now just to show everyone, maybe tell everyone what it is? I'm sure people are curious as to what we're even selling on Amazon these days.
For sure. Super excited to be here. Yeah, this is my product. I can back out here so you guys can see it. It's a coffee table tray. I actually have some coasters that go along with it. It's got some nice handles there, and
Beautiful.
yeah, it's a great product.
And how much do you sell the product for right now?
Right now I'm selling for about $35.97, so $36
Nice.
a unit.
36 bucks. Cool. Well, we'll get to more of that later, but I first wanted to ask you, why did you even want to start an Amazon FBA business in the first place?
For sure. Yeah. So I'm actually a medical student. So I'm in medical school right now, and medical school is really expensive. And so, I'm going to be hundreds of $1,000s in debt by the end of it. But I thought I'd start an Amazon FBA. That way I could, get some money on the side, hopefully pay for some school. That way, when I'm done, I'm not as much in debt and can continue on with a great career and not have to worry as much about that.
Awesome. And I just really quick, I think it's great that you have kind of a higher purpose, right? I think, everyone that wants to start this business wants to make money, but like, what is it that you want to make money for, right? Is it for your family? Is it to be able to go to medical school so that you can better serve your community, right? There's always a deeper reasoning. And I think that's kind of is the number one thing that actually helps people find success, having a deeper purpose. So everyone, like I said, Romney just started selling this last week, and Romney has already exceeded $500 in one single day of sales. And so I want to ask Romney, what was that feeling like when you, refreshed your phone screen on the app and saw that you had crossed $500? And it's actually a pretty big barrier for some people. It goes like 500,000, 2,000. So what was that like for you?
Well, I was super stoked. I was actually up skiing, just enjoying myself on a Saturday, and I checked my phone, checked the sales, and saw how many there were, and I was stoked because my thinking was, wow, I'm getting paid to be skiing right now. That was something that was super awesome, and I was really excited about.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, just from your first week doing $500, I mean, I'm sure you can kind of understand the power of Amazon and how easy it is to actually generate sales. You literally sit there and do whatever you want, and in the background, you're making money. So it's a pretty awesome feeling. Let me ask you a question on that. So how has the private label, I'm actually wearing the shirt right now, how has the private label Accelerator Masterclass, or, the help of my mentorship, how has it helped you actually find success in doing this?
Yeah, so I think that the masterclass was just like a great way to get me into it and help me to understand more and get really excited about it. And you were definitely there at every step of the way, helping me. I made sure I researched my product well, looked into it, and you were there, helping me out. The mindset module was great, in overcoming barriers like the fear that maybe one might have in starting an Amazon FBA, and really just in general, it helped guide me to the success that I'm seeing right now.
Awesome. And you actually hit on something super important. You talked about fear. Before you started, like before you spent your first cent on a product, what was your number one fear coming into this, and how did you actually overcome that fear?
Well, I think, like I said, just like as a medical student, I did have to take out loans for school. And so the money that I do have is very limited. So I had saved up a little bit from, working over the summer. And so my fear was, if I spend this money, I don't know what's going to happen, and it could be a failure. So really it was fear of failure and not sure what was going to happen. But in the end, it was just kind of like you talk about in the course, like making data-driven decisions and calculated risks. And I saw it as like a calculated risk and something that I could do and that would hopefully turn out to be successful for me.
Totally. And based off of your small initial investment, do you ever look back and reconsider like, oh man, I don't know if I should have done this? Like how optimistic are you about your business right now?
Oh, I'm very optimistic about it. I don't really look back because my product is doing pretty well right now, and it's about a week in, and I'm already thinking about ordering new units, and talking to my supplier again and getting things rolling. So I'm definitely looking forward to more success in the future, and seeing, like we talked about earlier, seeing that $500 day, like that checks out to $1,500 in revenue a month. So
yeah,
going from none of that to what it could be now is, really encouraging to keep going.
Totally. Well, let's conclude on this, right? We've got a lot of people watching this right now, and a lot of them are hesitant. They know that they want to make money, right? Who doesn't want to make money? But they're hesitant about pulling the trigger. They don't know who I am. They know nothing about our program. And so they're nervous. What advice would you give to these people who are thinking about starting an Amazon FBA business, but maybe they're nervous of spending their hard-earned money, kind of like yourself? Maybe they're nervous about, will this actually work? Like, what would you say to these people right now?
I think I'd say that, it's all about calculated risks and, taking a chance. I think that, this is definitely a way that you can make money. And it's a proven way. There's so many other students besides me that are having success with their products. And I just think that really, that money is probably just going to sit in your bank account and you're going to spend it on something else. So why not invest it into something that will then eventually make you more money? And not that it's all about money, but it definitely is something smart that you can do and have success.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much, Romney, for being here. And I hope the people watching this found value. Wish you the best in your success. And I know that the sky is the limit. So appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me, Parker.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Grant Hansen. I just wanted to take a few moments and talk about my experience with the private label Accelerator program and how it helped me build a successful Amazon FBA business. I feel like the program is designed in a way that it's personable and helps you feel like you have mentorship that will help you be successful, and a community that will lead you along the way as well. Those tools just include the Facebook group, mentorship from Parker, Q&A calls weekly, and the course in general just gives you all the tools to be successful and build a successful FBA business in the present and in the future as well.
Hey guys, my name is Noah Muta. I am now a successful Amazon seller thanks to my man Parker. If you have any desire to get involved in Amazon FBA, I highly suggest reaching out to Parker and getting involved in that master class of his. That masterclass has changed the game, helped me tremendously throughout my Amazon experience, and has actually got me so high in rank. It's got me on page 1. It's got me on Amazon's choice of product. And on top of that, I keep having to raise my price on a daily basis because sales are going through the roof. So I just wanted to say how much Parker has helped me. And if you have any desire to get involved in Amazon, reach out to my man right now, and don't be hesitant about it. I was at first, and I regret wasting so much time not getting involved. Take my word for it. Parker's the man and will not let you down. Reach out to him ASAP. You guys take care. Have yourself a great day. Bye.
Mike.
Hey, Parker.
Captain America, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. But anyways, I wanted to show you something super, super cool. I'll need your help on it though. Do you have a PPC report that you can send through to me?
Let me download one for you.
Yeah. Go ahead and just download one. Like that, would you say that that's probably the biggest problem with beginner students, is that they don't know how to read their reports?
Yeah, absolutely.
How are the sales doing for you these days? What are you at? What kind of sales are you doing?
I probably generate like in profit about anywhere from like 5,000 to 7,000 a month just from the paper. Honestly, like I was excited that you reached out because I haven't done anything with PPC in months. I've just kind of let it run.
Wow. All right. Well, this will be the moment of truth then. Okay, cool. So the system is called Viper Dash. Let me move this right over here so that you can see it. Can you see my screen well?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So basically, all you have to do is drop your PPC report here in this little button. So, boom. Oh, wait. There we go. And then all of a sudden, it generates everything. So the first thing that I like to do is just go to the ROI and sort it by greatest to smallest, just so that you can see what words are creating and generating, the most revenue for you right off the bat. And this is like crazy, right? Because before, if we were to open this normally, I don't know when the last time you've done like an actual PPC pivot table, but there's hundreds hundreds, columns, rows. Then you have to go sort it all, and nobody likes to do that. But now you just literally have to drop it into that file, and you can immediately see which words are generating insane revenues. But dude, yeah, I'm pumped for you. That's amazing. $5,000 to $7,000 profit a month. So what are you doing, like 20K revenue?
Yeah.
It's like times right now are times that I'm really thankful that I just have like an online job that I can just focus on my online business, helping people grow their businesses and like selling different products, right?
Right. No, I'm with you there. Like I'd set aside dedicated hours in the morning to do the church stuff, but then, unless I get a phone call here or there in the afternoon, like my afternoons are this, right?
Right.
And
Just chill. Like you've created a life for yourself where now you can just kind of sit back and let paper just bring you paper, so to speak, right? So, okay, yeah. The first question was, what hesitations did you have before starting an Amazon business?
I think for me it was money. Like, how much money am I gonna have to put forward, right? That's always. It's funny now. I mean, even a year removed, how much less I am. Like, I'm not nearly as hesitant about taking a risk to invest my own money in something, trying something. And I think a lot of that was just because of the unknown. Like, I didn't know the reality of being able to make money through Amazon. So I think initially, like, the first step for me was like being able to take a step out, take a risk, and invest, or at least say I'm gonna set aside this small amount of money and be okay with that. So I had to kind of like convince myself
Right.
that I was okay with the potential that I would not see that money returned.
Totally.
I think that, and I would say, like, just not knowing, but I consider myself a learner, and
Right.
like just excited about learning new things, and so that wasn't hard to do. Like, just to watch videos, read stuff, listen to people, and dive in that way. Once you had the information, it was somewhat straightforward.
Yeah.
But I would say at first it was just the money.
Totally. And second question was, why did you want to start an Amazon FBA business? Like, was there some overarching goal that you had in mind, or was it just to make a little bit more money here and there, or like what was the main reason?
Yeah. I kind of see myself I've always seen myself as an entrepreneur, like just interested in learning and about, business ideas and business models, business practices. It's funny how that translates to church work, from, like an entrepreneurial mind or mindset of, kind of striking out and being willing to take a risk and try new things. So for me, it was the interest in trying something new. And I think my why behind that, in terms of like the Amazon business, was I just saw the potential for the possibility to have a business where I financially could provide for my family, in case of anything.
Right. Right.
Right. I never thought that in my lifetime that this is pretty arrogant of me, but I never thought in my lifetime that my wife or I would ever have to apply for unemployment. And my wife had to quit her job 3 months ago, because of our son. And
Right.
so she filed for unemployment, and never thought anything like that would happen.
Right.
But it was, when she did it, like, there wasn't a worry in the world for us.
Right.
from a financial standpoint, because we knew that we had this business that's just kind of running
right
in the background.
yeah
Right. So for us, it was about financial stability. Also, like, you know, we have some kind of fun dreams and goals for us as a family, to be able to buy kind of like a forever home or build
totally
a forever home, and you know, save money to do those kinds of things. Like, that's ultimately, I mean, that's where I'd like to get, like, scale a business that lets us kind of create a space that we call ours for our family. So
totally that's a great answer. That's a great answer. And I think it's just like so key that every person who starts anything, right, has like a why. Because if they don't, like, you know, Amazon, like it's not the easiest like thing in the world at times. It's difficult, like, and if you don't have a higher purpose, then it can sometimes be kind of a, you know, a troublesome thing. But um yeah, I love that. So my third question, maybe I'll ask this, is as a beginner, you know, you're not a beginner now. You're well on your way. You're doing great, 5 to 7K a month profit. Um, but for beginners, like, how important is it to understand PPC, and what thoughts do you have on how Viper Dash will help beginners?
I think as a beginner, PPC is it's I don't know how many there are, but it's like, if there were 5 most important things that you need to know, it's in the top 3.
Right.
Right. Easy. Especially from the standpoint of, you know, being able to rank a product, maintain that ranking, and generate sales, and generate like brand recognition.
Yep.
You know, all of those things are fed. The engine that feeds that is PPC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that process. I remember, for me, I don't know if it ever came across, but I was highly anxious about PPC because I didn't know anything about it. Like, I didn't know how to run it. I didn't know, you know, what I was doing. So
right.
Like, when we got connected and you started showing me the pivot tables, I was like, holy cow! You know, like, this is like, that was gold for me. So
yeah, totally.
I think just looking at like the Viper stuff, it just seems like that's so user friendly, in terms of being able to drop a file in, you know, see the data come up already, you know, pivot like that, having
Yeah.
this it's already tabled out, and you can, I mean, it's just a matter of scrolling down and looking at the numbers, right?
Right. Yeah, totally. I think it'll be a big thing for a lot of people. So my last question is, you know, there's so many people that are always on the fence of starting it because of the hesitation that you brought up in the beginning, right? It's an unknown world to them. They've never started online business. They've never done anything like this. They've worked hard for their money, and now they have this opportunity to invest it, but they just aren't sure. What advice would you give to these people who are on the fence right now?
I mean, it sounds so cliche, but it's like, if you don't take a risk, you're never gonna, like, you will not reap that reward. You will not realize your why. Or
Right.
I mean, there's a great possibility. Not you will not, but there's this huge potential in front of you, and it's just about taking that first step, right? I wouldn't know. I don't know how to articulate or motivate someone to do that. You know, it's other than just saying, I was there and now I'm here.
Right.
Right. And I was, I'm pretty prudent, you know, when it comes to taking risks, and I try to measure everything out, and I felt like I did my due diligence, you know, and
right.
it became less and less of a risk the more I learned, and the more I kind of paid attention to what was going on. And so finally I was like, I've already invested all this time in learning. Now I've got to take that step.
Yep.
And actually, you know, do some action.
Totally. Yeah, I think one of the quotes that I like the most is something along the lines of, if you've always done, or if you've always done what is it? How does it go?
Yeah, if you do what you've always done, you're gonna get what you've always gotten.
Right, exactly, right. And so, it's interesting. So many people, like, they have this initial thought that, yeah, I want to make a change, but then they're like, oh, it costs money. I've never done it. And then it's like, but like, you have an opportunity right now to make a massive change in your life and become completely financially free. And all you have to do is spend a tiny bit of money and a tiny bit of time, and you can make this work, right?
Right.
Everyone, this is Chalita, one of our newest Unfair Advantage members. Chalita, will you say hi for us?
Hi.
Thank you, Chalita. Chalita, take a second and just tell us a little bit about who you are really quick.
So my name is Shalita, and I'm from Thailand. So when I come here, pretty much I work like work in the restaurant pretty much, and then I think that this life should be kind of more, because in Thailand I really go to school, but when I come here I really cannot do something that I graduate from my school, because the language itself, and they cannot transfer some degree from there to here. So I think I try to learn many things. I start reading a lot of books, and I just want to change what I want to be in the future. So I try to find many ways to have passive income, really, like study. But when it comes to an action, I kind of have a lot of fear. And I just wanted to say, like, what kind of work that I don't really need to talk too much and contact with every people and talk to them what I want.
Right.
And I think probably sell something online is pretty much you don't need to contact with your customer.
Right.
And I just search on YouTube, whatever they tell me. I kind of like, it's look cool, but it's really confusing me what to do. And that's all about me. That I just want to share my post.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. So, Chalita, I have a few questions that I want to ask you really quick. And the first question is, what was the number one reason you wanted to start an Amazon FBA business? Like, your main goal. Like, why did you want to start an Amazon FBA business?
For the main goal, I just want to stay with my family while I can make money.
Amen. Simple as that, right?
Yeah, I don't want to trade my time for money.
Yep.
Because everywhere I go to work, I have to spend many hours in the work.
Right. Yes. Yeah, and that's a big problem for a lot of the people that may be watching this. A lot of us trade our time for just a little bit of money, but then first off, we don't have enough money to really enjoy the time that we do have off after that, right? So Amazon FBA is such an incredible way to generate this passive income so that you can enjoy all the time now, right? So before you started, on the Unfair Advantage journey, what would you say was the number one hesitation you had about starting an Amazon FBA business?
Number one is I'm not really sure what I'm doing. And is this the right path that I need to go? So I don't have any knowledge about this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hesitation that.
Right. It's like the fear of the unknown, right? You've never done anything like this before.
And I don't know anybody who really doing this. So like all my friends and family never doing this before. And then I cannot talk to anybody because they don't have idea. If I talk to them something, they change the situation, like,
right.
You really sure this is gonna do it? And then they just give me advice, something that they do.
Right.
Or that they might know.
No, it's tough when the people around you don't always accept your decisions. But even in the midst of people not accepting your decisions, even in the midst of you never doing anything like this before, you decided to join the Unfair Advantage family. And I want to ask you, what comfort or what knowledge has the Unfair Advantage Masterclass and family brought to you on your journey so far? How has it helped you?
So I think it's kind of like step by step that I can learn. It's not confusing me. And then when you follow the direction and do it while listening and do it and go to listen again and do it, you kind of like understand better.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I go back and listen to some YouTuber out there, I feel like, oh, this guy didn't learn so much thing that I know, but I didn't do the action yet. So they kind of do the action part, but they tell what they failed for, like not achieve. And I feel like, okay, if they go to the class, probably they make it better.
Right. Yeah, YouTube only gives you like a very, very, very small piece of the puzzle. Whereas in the Unfair Advantage program, we give you kind of like a click by click, step by step, just follow along and do as I do, and it will all come to be over time. So thank you for that. My last question for you is, many of the people watching this probably do want to start, but they're kind of on the fence. What recommendation or what advice would you give these people that are sitting there on the fence saying, I want to do this, I need a little bit more reassurance or a little bit more of a push? What would you say your number one advice to these people?
My number one advice is the money for the course is less if you compare with the time that you're going to spend the whole time digging everything for yourself.
Yeah.
But this one, you will learn step by step. That's what I said, and know very deep, even more than if you dig yourself. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. Like, and that's the thing. People sometimes think, they're like, listen, let's say I have $3,000 right now. I can go and try and do this on my own, right? But then I'll have to figure everything out. I'll have to try and find my own product. I'll have to figure out how to ship it, to make it, all these other things. And it's really, really difficult. And you can actually lose money trying to do it on your own. But the small investment that you make with the Unfair Advantage, you save so much money and months of time, because everything is just laid out and you just have to click, 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 click.
Have to do it.
Yeah, so I totally agree with you, right? And one of the best things that we can have in life is a mentor or a coach that has gone through everything, that can say, hey, listen, you're doing this right, but you could make, improvement here, or you could make a change here, or don't do that. Trust me, that's not going to lead you down the right path. So I completely agree with you.
For me, I feel like if you're going to find something under the ground, so you dig it by your hand, you cannot go really far, really that far or fast. But for the online class, I feel like you buy the tool to help you.
That's a really good analogy. It's like a shovel. You can just dig super, super fast and get to what you want to do and what you want to get. That's great. Well, Chalita, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. You are an all-star. You guys, she's fantastic, and she's a great leader. So thank you, Chalita, for your time today. We really appreciate it, okay?
Okay, you're welcome.
What's up? My name is Mike, and I've been working with Parker Wild for a little bit now, and I just wanted to make this video to talk about how much he's helped, and how much he's helped my progress in using his system, the information I've gleaned from him, and how to implement it and everything. Anyone that thinks that they want to be successful with the Amazon FBA, I 100% recommend you get Parker's information, get his course, whatever he has to offer, get it,
and learn it and implement it, and you'll do it. It'll work.
Hello, all you guys. Just wanted to give a shout out to my man Parker, who has been at my side on my Amazon journey the whole way. Highly recommend his awesome Amazon course. Please don't hesitate to make the leap of faith and join us on this Amazon journey. God bless and take care.